Adetogumbo Mumini joins us now. He's Executive Director of SERAP. Thank you for coming in today.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Well, SERAP also spoke about this. SERAP suggested that the President should, I think he said, immediately go or take a medical leave. What informed you saying that?
Let me say this. While SERAP may agree that the President should go immediately for medical checkup or whatever, that is not the position of SERAP. But I joined a group of Nigerians, 13 of us, to issue that statement that the President should go on medical leave once again.
What did they base that?
Now, you see, remember that when the President was going to London, when he went earlier, he was to spend about 10 days to 14 days. He ended up spending 59 days. And when the President returned, he spoke with the press, saying he had never been that sick in his entire life.
Even though a lot of people at that time said he was ill.
He was, yes. Now, he also hinted that he's likely to go back very soon then to pursue his health matters. And immediately within the last 2 weeks, Federal Executive Council meetings have been held that the President, by statute, was supposed to preside over. He was not there. The Vice President presided. So I think it is in the interest of Nigerians and in the interest of the President himself to proceed and take full care of his health.
Are those indicators enough to suggest that the President is really, really sick and you asking him to proceed on immediate health leave?
From what we have seen and heard, officially and unofficially, would you say that the President is okay? It is not. You see, it is in Nigeria that we want to create a superhuman being out of our government officials. Everybody is entitled to sickness. Anybody can fall sick. The President is a person of advanced age, over 70. You understand? So to now pretend that all is well would not be fair on the President. As a matter of fact, it is better that he proceeds on that full medically so that he gets better fully, that he will be able to serve us better.
Who can know the President better than his wife? Because she's come out to say that it's not as badly perceived, it's not as perceived, that his sickness is not as much as it's been perceived by the public. Do you think that she was maybe
No.
Not right?
Let me tell you straight away that from the resume of the wife of the President that we know, none has suggested that she is a medical doctor. From what we had this morning again, when they say you should take a rest, as the Minister for Information has made us believe, it means something is not okay with you. This was not Buhari of 1984, please. This is Buhari of 2017 that is now advanced in age, that medical things are not fine with him. So what is bad in asking the President to go and take care of his health? Tell me. So we should not create a superhuman being out of a normal human being.
You would have expected that maybe the presidency, the special advisor to the President on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, would have said or released a statement if it was that bad, as he has done previously. That statement hasn't come from him to this time.
Let me tell you something about those who are employed to speak officially on matters of this nature. They will not tell us the absolute truth. That has been the position of information managers employed by government. That has been the position of Minister for Information.
No, we cannot agree with you on that, because he has always come out to say the truth as it's been presented to him time and again, so you cannot take that away from him.
But what we have seen repeatedly is that the truth that is presented to him, which he will reveal to us, are not the absolute truth.
So what would a component of an absolute truth for you be?
You see, when the facts that you see the things that you hear, officially and unofficially, don't add up, then you will know that somebody is trying to be economical with the truth.
What doesn't add up? If they say, well, on medical advice, he missed the meeting today because they say he should rest.
Chamberlain, he has missed many meetings. At least 3 within the last 3 weeks. Is that the Buhari that came into power May 29? He had consistently presided at FEC meetings. So
what do you make of the comments when people say, number one, they said the law did not say he must preside over all FEC meetings. Secondly, they also say, I mean, in today's dailies, you see them talk about the fact that they said it will not affect May 29 celebrations. What do you make of both perspectives?
I say that the president, when he is healthy and available, must preside at the FCC meeting. I stand to be challenged by whoever said that is not the position. You see, the vice president or the acting president will only come in when the president is unavailable, and that is what has been happening. I know that deep down within the mind of the president, he would have loved to preside at those meetings. And when you skip state functions, which we had known that it is not in your character to do, you can't tell us that everything is well. That's the point we're making.
We must give the president some. I mean, you have to give him some slack here. I mean, he's a human just like anyone else is. But it's not. It doesn't have to degenerate to that point where you must insist that either you see the president or he proceeds on medical leave for you to be convinced that the president is still in charge of everything in the country.
Very well, I agree that the direct action of the president on every ordinary state matters is not compulsory, because the president is supposed to be a unit acting in sync, carrying out formulated government policy, correct. But we are saying, if the demands of state activities expect that you be on your seat at a point in time, and you are not there consecutively for at least 2 weeks, we should be talking. The president is our president, so we voted for him. So we must know at any point in time what is happening to him.
So what about?
And we must be concerned.
If you say
nobody wishes him any dangerous things.
So can we say that anything is suffering, especially when you also get to hear that he said, look, get the files at home, I will work from home, I won't let anything be on the hold. Yes. So not being physically present at the meeting, does it affect how functions or state activities should go on? It
will not. It should not affect it, and we are not saying it's affecting it. But the truth of the matter is that when you are the head of a group, and the demands of the state require that you be present to head functional meetings of that group, you must be there. If medical advice says you rest, you take it easy, that is to say, the medical people are not wrong. And what we are simply saying is that the president should take time off to attend to his health so that he will serve us better and more vigorously. What is bad in asking for that?
So, for those who now look at the whole scenario and say, well, some seem to be making a mountain out of a molehill on this particular matter. Do you subscribe to that?
But let me tell you, I believe that those who say they love the president don't wish him dead. Those who are calling for him to go to attend to his health are also wishing him the best and in the interest of Nigeria. So whichever divide of the road you fall into, nobody expects something untoward to happen to the president. And that is why it is important that he takes care of his health so that he will be able to serve us better and more vigorously.
What if he then goes for this medical leave, as you suggest, and at the end of the day, you begin to see another clamor that he should return? So is it that he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't?
You see, what the president should look at any point in time is, first, what is best in the interest of Nigeria, and secondly, what is best in his own interest. If you say he must be in Nigeria to attend to his health, and the medical facilities are not here anyway, and he now goes abroad, you start asking that he comes back to come and do what? To neglect his own health and allow that to suffer so that he will be able to, he will serve Nigeria. That doesn't add up. You see, when matters of health is involved, that should be the primary responsibility of the owner of the body to take remedial action. That is what we are saying.
The demands you're placing on the president to be at functions when he ought to be,
yes,
isn't that too extreme, considering, as you said, that he's above 70?
But the president knew that he would be 70 plus by the time he exercises the powers of state before he campaigned vigorously to be elected as our president. You see, the election of the president was done nationwide, and people believed in him, and a lot of people still believe in him that he will discharge the responsibility of the office effectively. So to now expect that he will not be available physically, functionally, when we expect him to be there, we will be begging the issue.
So if he's not there physically and the VP is there?
No. The Constitution has made provisions for that. When the president is unavailable, the vice president acts. If there are circumstances when he has to go on a long vacation or something, he transmits letters to the two houses of assembly, two houses of National Assembly, and the acting president, the vice president becomes the acting president, so that there will be no gap in administration. That's the point we are making.